Ever heard your neighbors fucking through the wall? We're going to talk about that.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Words Are Hard podcast. My name is Mike. With me, as all the time, is Greg, and also as all the time as well is Alex. Words are most definitely hard. Today, I wanted to talk to you guys about fucking neighbors, and not just fucking neighbors, but yelling neighbors and cooking neighbors and fighting neighbors. Neighbors of all sorts. We've all lived in shitty apartments. We've all hit rock bottom. We've all started from the bottom. Now we're here. Fuck.
You knew it was going to turn into that.
Keep
That's
Drake
right.
out of this.
Yeah. Somebody reset the clock. I just quoted fucking Drake again.
Was it Drake?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no.
Yeah. No.
I know people.
How do you not know that? That's like your favorite artist.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, Drake.
Say dragon. Anyway, I wanted to talk about shitty apartment stories,
Crappy apartments.
right? I mean,
Where do you want to start?
I can start at the beginning.
Give
I
it.
mean, moved out week after graduation from high school, 17, turning 18. My current wife and I moved out into our first apartment. Just a little one-bedroom thing, like 2-inch thick fucking carpeting. Place was awful.
The
Small-
shag carpeting.
Yeah, small
Yep.
fridge. For some reason, there was a small dishwasher there. Flooded that dishwasher so many times, it's not even funny. Never grew up with one. So anyway, so we had, first of all, couldn't afford an air conditioner in this shitty apartment. So super muggy, super hot summer nights. This apartment building used to be down by the river. Almost under a bridge. So, I mean, like, it was very humid, right?
Sure.
So, had to leave the windows open. There was an apartment building across the street from us. So, there was somebody in our building, loud fucking, very clear, and it was echoing off the building across the street from us, right? So, it was, like, when I say it was clear, like, you could hear everything. And it sounded like he had to have, not like, but like he had to have been pressing her. They were very vocal, and I swear he was pressing her face against the screen of the window because like it was like
Just so it was.
it was like they were
screaming out.
shouting out the window on purpose, right? And they might have been, but it just seemed way too consistent and way too real, you know. And like, there's one thing like normally when you hear neighbors fuck, you hear the girl moaning or yelling or whatever.
Sure.
And there's nothing worse than laying awake in bed at night. I mean, I was 17 or 18 years old, so I'm just sitting there giggling like, I can hear them, And then all of a sudden, all I hear is, yeah. And the guy, I could hear the guy grunting. I'm like, what guy is that loud? What you know what I
Getting
mean?
into it.
And there was one night when I had my buddy Cody over. He was sleeping out on the couch. Anyway, we were up late. We were drinking. We were hanging out. I mean, no, we weren't drinking because we were underage. We were just hanging out.
You totally didn't do it.
And we heard the loud sex neighbor start going. So we opened up the window. I was like, listen to this, dude. Listen to this. And we heard like, oh, yeah. And I was like, oh, my God. We just heard the slap. The spank, something, right? And I was like, did I hear that right? And like it happened like another 6 or 7 times. So, I mean, that alone was hilarious. But I would have taken that any day over our crack neighbor.
I think you've mentioned crack neighbor before.
The guy who lives below us. The reason I've mentioned him before is because he is now living on the streets downtown and frequently asks for change and other things, and he's very sketchy. But anyway, you could smell the tar-like smell of crack in the hallway. He was directly below us. I would wake up 3 or 4 in the morning because all I would hear coming out of the windows was the Three's Company theme song. He watched that shit nonstop at like 3 in the morning. Wake up like Three's Company 2, and I'm like, oh my God. And like you can usually smell that smell when Three's Company was on. put on Three's Company and smoke crack, right? Anyway, he had a bike, and right outside of our window, we were on the first floor. So if I were to stand outside of our window, you would see from here up in the window, right? The big bay window.
Yeah.
Samantha was sleeping on the couch one time. Right outside of the window was a hill, right? So he was on his bike. He'd go up to the top of the hill. He'd bike down towards the road and then walk it back up. And then bike down. I mean, this guy's like in his 30s, and he's just monotonous. And anyway, she said she woke up while she was on the couch. She looked over, and he was just sitting there staring into her apartment, just like watching her. And she's like, this is...
Obviously ground floor apartment then.
Yeah, he was in the basement, and we were on the first floor, so... Yeah. So that was our first apartment. That is about 50% of the stories that I have from that apartment building.
So the last apartment building that I was in, now I live in a house.
Was a
of
real
course.
piece of work. And just as a shout out, right?
Yeah.
Directly below your old apartment, that's where my stepbrother Matt is living right now.
You're kidding.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
nice.
just moved in.
He just moved into
Shout out to Maddie.
blank where
Yeah.
man.
You enjoy that smell of Chinese food and the nudists upstairs.
The nudists, I believe, have moved out, and we're going to talk about them.
Okay.
So nudists move in. I was taking care of a dog at the time, and I'm going out the back door because reasons. And the first thing I notice on their door, the only thing I notice on their door, is this big sign that says, "Knock first, we're nudists." And I'll put a picture here in the video.
Because everybody just walks into an apartment.
Exactly, right? So it says, "Knock first, we're nudists," and I'm thinking, "Oh my god, that's
You did that.
yeah."
We went to go visit Kyle, and you walked into a stranger's apartment.
Yeah, this is when
I
Pokemon Go
remember
was
that.
when Pokemon Go was still a thing. Like when it first came out,
You became
I'm-
a statistic.
I became a statistic. I'm like on my phone. I'm walking through I grabbed the handle of the door, and Mike and Kyle are like, "Alex, over here." I'm like, "Yeah, whatever."
He thought he was going into the stairwell, and he walked into some random person's apartment.
Were they there?
Anyway,
Right. So
Sorry.
nudists.
we don't know. Close the
So
door and ran away.
the second night, specifically, I remember this. The second night that the nudists had moved in.
Yep.
It's still hot and muggy, so I have the windows open.
I'd be a nudist too if it was.
Oh, of course.
hot and muggy.
I mean,
Fuck
it's
that.
convenient for them, right?
Yeah.
So
It's convenient for everyone.
So then the window's open, and I hear not only outside the window, but through the wall,
Yeah.
which, I mean, when we were doing
You had fucking concrete walls in that
exactly,
building.
we had concrete walls. And here's the thing, is that when we were doing the apartment tour, the scumbag landlord was like, you hear this? And he's like knocking on concrete. He's like, yeah, that's concrete. You can't hear anyone. Bull fucking shit. Because not only did I hear
It echoes.
yeah, exactly. Not only did I hear my neighbors fucking from outside, I heard who I now know is Jason. I heard Jason banging this poor girl's head off the cement wall on the other side.
You hear that? That's concrete.
Like all I could hear, like all I could hear was this woman losing brain cells and her moaning.
She was probably wearing a football helmet.
And she's yelling in between being thunked against the wall. Jason, Jason. Now, I mean that's the best
Jason
thing.
Voorhees, like fucking.
Oh, Jason,
Wall.
smack. So, Mike might remember that one of the first times that Mike came into my apartment, there was what I lovingly referred to as splooge all over the door, the
Okay.
glass door and the glass window
Every
next
time
to
I
it.
visited Alex at his apartment, we'd go through the front door, and then there was the door. It was all glass. To the security door was all. It was like a thick glass or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, every time it was name that mystery liquid.
Almost
Oh.
every single time that you would.
It wasn't always a liquid either.
It was sometimes a solid.
Sometimes there was chunks in it.
To me, like the pattern, the splash pattern,
Yeah.
was as someone was like taking like a drink of milk, sometimes chocolate milk, and then like just coughing and spitting it all over the wall, like the glass.
Or walking straight in. So sometimes it would look like somebody just like whipped a liter of Big Mac sauce at your front door.
Basically, it was like every other week there'd be something new.
Yeah.
It's
Or
just-
white.
Or it's just white.
Now, Greg, you lived in an apartment for a while.
Yeah.
And I know that, like...
The worst thing about any of the apartments I ever lived in was just the one that we lived in. And again, I'm not saying that I'm racist or anything, but when a bunch of Indian families moved in the same floor as us, and the apartment building reeked of curry all the time, and there was constantly kids running up and down the halls because I'm pretty sure they were all families in separate apartments. So there was constantly kids running back and forth between the apartments and the halls. And
There's one building here in town, and it's inhabited entirely by Indians, and
These guys.
there's like 9 of them to each apartment.
yes,
Like
that's
and
the thing.
it's just I guess
So-
is it just the culture that they're used to?
I think
that
it
how
is.
So
Yeah.
my first apartment, the same one with the crack head downstairs.
The crack apartment.
We had the whole floor. They were all related. They had all immigrated and were related. I met them one time because my cat had run away when we first moved into the apartment. She was an outdoor cat. We were trying to condition her to be an indoor cat. She ripped the screen out of the window and took off. One night I'm laying in bed.
You can't control her.
I'm laying in bed, nothing but my boxers. Again, hot, muggy night. I heard meowing outside, and I thought, I'm going to go get my fucking cat. Our apartment was at the end of the hall right next to the stairwell. So I bust out, and I ran outside in my boxers out in the parking lot. Turn around, realize that there is 5 or 6 of all the men from the apartment standing out there smoking cigars, and they're just staring at me. And I just this scrawny poor white kid just bursts out of the building in his boxers, runs into the woods, runs back out with a cat. Right? And I just walked back in. I was like, I found my cat. And they're like,
Cool.
oh.
Cool.
And I was like, can you get the door for me? I don't have my keys. And they opened the door. And I was like, they were super nice guys, right?
if not a little bit perplexed.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of them drove me to my class. I was going to university at the time. One of them drove me to my class in a snowstorm, and the whole drive there, we were listening to Akon, and he kept on leaning into me. He wasn't watching the road at all, which scared the shit out of me. But he kept leaning into me, going, "He's like, we live together. We're brothers. He's like, we're family, and we got to do things for each other." And he was like trying to justify giving me this ride in. I was like, "Sweet, like I'm glad you could be
I
friendly."
think he was just trying to convince himself that he wasn't making a huge mistake.
While the
lugging you
cat
around.
was missing, I did knock on one of their apartment doors to ask, "Have you seen my cat?" Right? Knock on the door next to us, and I heard this woman's voice like, "Hello?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm from the apartment next to you. Just wondering if you see my cat." And she's like, "Oh, I can't talk. My husband's not home." And I was like, "I'm looking for my cat. Do you have my cat?" She's like, "Please just go away. Just come back when my husband." I was like, I remember standing in the hallway. I've been living on my own for a week at this point, and I'm standing out in the hallway by myself just going, "Lady, if you have my fucking cat in there, open the door." She's like, "My husband's not home." And I'm like, "Fuck you."
That reminds me actually, because like in my building there were several very, very sketchy people. There's a guy upstairs named Paul, lived in apartment 22, had been there for 10 years. Very first time that I was there, within 5 minutes of moving my shit into I'm like holding a couch, and the guy asked me, "So do you do drugs?" I'm like, What do you mean?" He's like, "Do you smoke weed?" I'm like,
Well, not right now.
like-
I'm carrying a couch.
I'm like, no,
Don't
not
have the
really.
hands
He's
for it
like,
right now.
he's like, "Oh, all right. Ever try smack?" I'm just like look, I'm holding a couch, like half a couch.
A little busy.
You know, my buddy Justin kind of stares at me. I'm just move faster. But the strange.
That would have been fantastic if he's like, "Ever try smack?" And you're like, "No," and he was just like,
Hit you across the face.
"You see the lights in here, bud?"
What's even better is that me and my girlfriend at the time went for a walk, and we
Yeah.
came back and we looked at each other like neither of us have fucking keys right now. So he's like, "Wait, what room? What apartment was that guy in?" I'm like 22. So she goes and he buzzes 22. And he just buzzes us in, like he just lets us in. Doesn't answer it at all. He just because he was also dealing, right? So
Yeah.
he just assumed, oh well, someone's coming up to get some product, right?
Mhm.
And so okay, that's great. Possibly the sketchiest 2 people in that apartment were this old couple who the woman sounded like Mushmouth. Like
Yeah.
just sounded like, "Meow, meow, I have a dog,
Mabba-dooba-dee-ba,
I have a dog,
dabba-dee-ba-da."
my dog's is like 2 years old and like 3 years old, and the superintendents are dumb cunts because they think that my husband beats me, but it's not. It's just the hot sex, and it's
I
just,
hate the Super
She's just-
Nintendo too.
so and she just keeps going, right?
Super Nintendo Chalmers.
So like she basically sounded like she was chewing on a wad of gum that was way too big for her mouth at all times.
She probably had dentures.
Her husband.
She was probably being beat by her husband.
Potentially, but that's like her husband would leave every 15 minutes and come back. Leave every 15 minutes in like this big like shitty red truck, leave and come back.
Yeah.
It's just like stupidity, right?
I don't know. Like, so all the people on the floor of my apartment had kids, all these families. And guess who got to babysit all those kids?
You?
No, the lady in the apartment directly above me. It was to the point that one time we brought in the landlord, and while we were showing him how loud the kids running around upstairs was, they were stomping so hard that a picture frame fell off my wall.
That's good timing.
Yeah, it was pretty great. Never stopped though, because they were the shittiest fucking landlords in the world. Anyway, the only person who wasn't related to these families or friends with them was this woman and her teenage daughter who lived across the hall from us. They weren't the classiest two people, and one night when I was watching one of my favorite movies, Inglourious Bastards, for the first time at 2 o'clock in the morning, with my headphones on, all I hear is this thumping and screaming. So me being nosy, but not being a heroic white knight type, because I was a shy 18-year-old and I didn't know how to handle situations, I just went over to my front door and listened in to the hallway, and I saw through the peephole.
You listened to someone die.
No, I got the gist of the whole story. Essentially, mom had her boyfriend over. The daughter, the mom, and the boyfriend were all snorting ecstasy. The boyfriend made a move on the daughter. She rejected him. The mom was upset because the boyfriend was going to leave because he was pissed. So she was pissed at her daughter for making him feel uncomfortable.
And not giving in.
Yeah,
to
so they were
anal.
out in the hallway, daughter and mom, arguing, hitting each other. Then the boyfriend came out, hitting both of them.
Good
Yeah.
grief.
That's awkward as fuck.
And I'm sitting there going, "No, I was just trying to watch, Nazis
You
get
should have
scalped.
called 911.
I was just trying to watch Brad Pitt scalp some Nazis. I could already hear the sirens on the way.
Okay.
Somebody definitely did. Yeah. And they came in, and I watched through the people as police apprehended 3 completely strung out fucking, like, in my apartment, and then take them away. Leaving the apartment door just, like, sort of sitting there, like, not even locked.
I'm gonna do a call out real quick because it's terribly funny. The house that I live in, I have 6 roommates, right? Recently, one of the guys that moved in about a month ago, replacing one of the roommates that had to leave. He's very homophobic, for one, and it's hysterical. We held him down once and we said, David, his name's not actually David. David, we're gonna touch your dick. We're gonna touch your dick. And he's just like, no. So last night I had a friend over and
And you touched his dick?
almost. He comes back banging on the door, like making cat
I
noises.
like how you're like, he's extremely homophobic, and you're making him out to be the bad guy. You're like, so anyway, we sexually assaulted
Yeah,
him.
we sexually assaulted this guy, but he's homophobic, so he's a bad guy.
So we held him down and raped him.
He comes like knocking on my door, making like cat, like he's meowing at me, and he's like, "Ah! Ah!" like making weird noises. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? So I'm like, David, do you want to join us? He's like, no. I'm like, do you want a finger in your butt? Come on, you want a finger in your butt, don't you? And he like walks off. So I stripped down because I wasn't naked. So I stripped down, and I'm like covering myself, and I run at him. I'm like, come on, let me stick a finger in your butt. And so I go to like fake like grab his junk. So
What?
yeah, I
What?
yeah. So I like try to go pat him.
Ellen.
So the reason why I say this is that the reason why I say this is not only have I heard bad neighbors and had bad neighbors.
You are a bad neighbor.
I am a bad neighbor.
You're a terrible person.
You're a sexual predator.
It's hysterical though, because like he just
yeah, hysterical, yeah.
Okay. Like I had my friends prank me once when you walk in and somebody's standing there with like his dick tucked between his legs and he's like ha 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 ha. You know what I mean? But
Sure.
but like he didn't chase people down and try to grab their buttholes and
Or stick
shit.
their finger up his
I
butt.
should probably mention I wasn't actually like naked when I ran at him. Like
You said you stripped down.
I stripped. Okay,
And
I stripped
held
down.
yourself.
I still had
Why-
my boxers on. But
Why
I was
did you
like,
hold yourself if you had your boxers on?
Well, 'cause it was dark and he wouldn't really be able to see that I was wearing boxers anyway. So I just like, yeah.
There's a lot of holes
That-
in this
yeah,
story.
There's hopefully there's.
You want me to call him? I can.
Hopefully
I can
there's
call him.
not a lot of
No.
holes in his boxers. No, I believe you. I'm just saying that this is really fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean, second run in with the cops at apartments.
Sure.
We move into our second apartment. We upgraded. We're at the top floor. 2-bedroom. It was a nice apartment. You were there. It was a nice place. I don't know if you were there. You dropped me off.
Your
there.
last one?
Yeah.
I was in there a couple times.
We've only been in 2 places before we bought the house, so, but I mean, I liked it. It was a great apartment, but when we first moved in, there was people at the very, very bottom floor who were moving out at the same time. Decided to throw a huge party.
As you would.
They had rented a professional sound system. They had their door open, and the party was happening in the hallway, out in the parking lot, in their apartment. My wife and I were trying to sleep. They were screaming. It was 2 a.m. I called the police. I put in a noise complaint. I said, hey, there's these people down there. They're wasted. They're screaming out in the parking lot unnecessarily. We let them go until 2 o'clock in the goddamn morning. You know,
Enough is enough at that point.
they I don't think they're underage. They don't seem like it. Just shut it down. So, yeah, we'll send somebody over. Police show up. My phone rings. Yeah, they're just outside. They just can't get in the building.
Oh, I'll
I'm
let you
like,
in.
okay. I said, well, you're going to have to figure something out, because I'm not going to go down there and be like, I called them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not going to walk out there and be that person, especially amongst the amount of drunk university-age students that were there. I'm not about to get into a mob fight on my own. And she goes, well, there's nothing we can do unless you open the door. And I'm like, they're literally filtering in and out the back door. Like, they're everywhere. And you're like, I can't get in the front door. Ha, 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 ha. I'm like, the buzzer's not set up yet. So I go downstairs to the front door where there's no party happening and there's no cops there. So I call her back. It's like, there's nobody here. Oh, we're at the back door. You come open the door. We can't do anything. I'm like, Jesus Christ. So I bit the bullet and I walk out, and I'm wading through a party full of people who are offering me drinks and how's it going, and like being super nice. And I'm like, yep. And I walk over to the back door and they're like, what are you doing? And I like push it open. 3 police officers walk in, and I just kind of trying to hide my face, you know.
These guys are having a good time, but like,
Speaking of parties,
Cops made me out to be the bad guy for sure.
I think you remember when I first moved into my house before you moved out here. The guys across the road.
Oh my god, they had a full like
PA system
like an
in their
EDM
backyard.
concert going on in the back. We came to check out our lot
Because it was while they were buying their house.
Because ours, we had just cleared the trees on our property, hadn't started to build up the land or put the house on it or anything. So we wanted to come check out the area that we were going to be in, and we're like a street and a half away.
Yeah.
And we come up onto our street, and we're down, and I could clearly hear country music just blaring where I am, and then fireworks. And
Yeah, and then every once in a
Oh
while
my
you can hear a
God.
guy just plain as day on a PA system talking about how, yeah, guys, you all having a good time here? Yeah, woo! Yeah.
we're gonna go till the sun comes.
Yeah. And strangely
Yeah.
enough, people did call the cops in the area, and the cops didn't even come out.
Well,
Didn't
here's
even
the thing.
drive by.
Here's the thing: is that we live outside of city limits.
Yeah.
We live out in the middle of the woods. The police don't come out here unless there's danger. So noise complaints aren't going to happen. When people are speeding or driving past school buses, they'll send somebody to come check things out, or stealing stuff.
Yeah,
but
that,
I mean,
that
like,
went on until like 4 or 5 in the morning.
Yeah,
too.
noise complaints not going to happen. They were directly across the street from you,
Yep.
though.
It was so bad that friends of my wife who live 3 or 4 streets down
Yeah.
could make it out plain as day. They could hear every
And they were
song.
like,
they could tell.
"Where
They
is
could
this?"
text us and say, "This song's playing right now, isn't it?"
Yeah.
And whenever he was on the PA system, they could hear him play.
and they didn't invite you, and that's why you're.
Yeah.
A little, yeah.
To wrap things up, I had neighbors directly below me at my second apartment, a Korean family, who they had 2 kids, brother and sister, who used to fight during the day when the parents weren't home.
In Korean?
That was my question too.
No, just like physically. And I would be
Oh.
sitting upstairs in my apartment,
Was it a martial art of some sort?
minding my own business. You're fucking...
It would be Taekwondo if any.
Yeah, that's what I'm-
I didn't know apartment talks was going to turn into Greg
Yeah.
being a racist.
Carry on.
There's
But
nothing racist about it. Taekwondo is a Korean martial art. It was a legit question.
I think I had that at a restaurant once. Anyway, I had some Kwando over at the Thai restaurant. Some Taekwondo. Anyway, so have you tried the Kwando? Have you tried the Taekwondo? Anyway, how about the Italian Kwando? I can't stop. Anyway, so these two, I would hear yelling, and then I heard a loud slam, and this girl would cry. What I can only describe as the sounds of a whale. You ever listen to a whale sound CD? All fucking day. It would go
That
on
would've
for like
been
2
relaxing.
hours.
Reflecting
I-
the sounds of cries.
Yeah, the sound of somebody
If
crying.
it sounded like a whale.
So there was one time when I got so sick of it, and I was standing there, and I was like, you know what? I know she's sad, but fuck this. And I took a broomstick and I went doo 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 on the floor. Guess what? Boom, 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 right back, and then I'm like, don't fucking tell me. Anyway, so that's pretty.
I'm
much how
sad
that-
here.
Yeah, neighbors suck. Lessons learned.
You've had some pretty shitty neighbors.
Lessons learned. Don't. If your name's Jason, don't fuck your girlfriend against the wall until she loses brain cells.
Especially if it's a concrete wall.
That's right. Lessons learned. If you want to live next to anybody, live next to us, because the only thing you're going to hear is some fucking thumping hard words. Hey guys, thanks for watching that episode of the Words Are Hard podcast. You know what the neighborly thing would be to do is to fucking click that subscribe button. You can find that right here when you click on the channel icon over Greg's hand. If you want to watch our previous episode, you can find that shit right here. We'd really appreciate it if you could leave some feedback in the comments down below. Make sure to leave a like on the video and share it with your friends if you think that they would like it. If you don't think that they would like it, I want you to share it with them anyway, because